Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Caravan of Garbage, where we're on movie 2 of exploring dark universes that didn't happen.
And I still sound like this. Sorry, everyone. Perhaps I'm transforming into some sort of dark and mysterious and sexy creature.
Yeah?
Nah.
What would that look like, though, do you think? What kind of morph would that be?
Oh,
would it be the horse morph again?
I'd be the horse morph again, because we
paid for it.
I was going to say, if in fact that was made, we got that asset now, you know what I mean? We got it forever. That could be the new thing.
Yeah.
It's me as a horse in every situation.
Oh, my goodness. This week, of course, we're talking about The Wolfman from 2010.
That's right. Did you see this at the time?
No, I mean, I saw it at the time, but I didn't see it at movies.
You didn't see it at movies?
No.
You saw it on...
I saw it at home movies.
At home movies? I didn't see it at all.
Yeah.
But I do remember at the time, this got mixed reviews.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why I didn't see it. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you this. I watched this. I thought it was great.
Great.
Yes.
Wow. Well,
I had a great fun time. And I would say to those critics in 2010, what I would do if I had access to a time machine, I'd bring them to the future, or I'd take... I guess you can't really take Disney Plus to the past. So I guess I'd take them to the future and I'd sit them down in front of my TV and I'd be like, look at some of this slop. Look at some of this slop from now. Look at the most watched movie that's ever been watched, Red Notice. Look at these two men in an arena and they're fighting a bull, but clearly neither of them are there. They both filmed this separately.
They're both holding different bottles of gin.
They both came in on separate days and they stood in front of a green screen in a disused office building and they said some lines off a teleprompter. This is what movies are now. You didn't know how good you had it in 2010 with The Wolfman, all right?
You're being very generous, I feel, to this movie. Please leave a like.
You didn't like it?
I thought it was fine.
Interesting.
And also, Ron Meyer is going to disagree with you. He was the president and chief operating officer of Universal Studios.
Where is he now?
He died.
Good.
No, he's around. He's doing something else.
Good.
He probably works for Quibi or whatever. I don't know.
I was going to say good no matter what you said. So I wish him well.
Yeah, he's having a great life.
Hope he makes $1 million a day. Good on him, I say.
He said the movie was one of the 2 worst movies that Universal Pictures had ever made. The other one he singled out was Babe, Pig in the City. That's wrong.
Yeah. I think he's wrong both times.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
This is better than Van Helsing, probably.
100% it's better than Van Helsing. I mean, it's playing it 100% straight.
Yeah.
Like was it Van Helsing? I don't know. That was too early noughties, edgy, weird. This, I like that they just played this straight. This is just...
It's a direct homage to the original.
The original from the 40s, yeah. Lon Chaney Jr.?
Probably.
I only know that from Werewolves of London.
This was announced in 2006. Benicio del Toro was always on board because he was a fan of the 1941 original. The first director was Mark Romanek, who did 1 Hour Photo, but he left for creative differences. Then Frank Darabont was considered, James Mangold, Bill Condon, Martin Campbell, and Joe Johnston signed on 3 weeks ahead of principal photography. And
3 weeks.
Yeah, I think
so. Joe Johnston,
tell.
that's the Rocketeer.
Captain
that's
America.
First Captain America.
Yeah.
Didn't know it at the time, but I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
He likes period piece stuff.
He does.
He does. He'll make something
look
look
good. He does a good job.
Yeah.
This, you know what? It's a great looking movie, first of all.
I think in parts, yeah.
Given that it is...
It seems mostly real locations.
I think, and there's an art to making a movie look great when it's mostly just grey and brown, you know?
Yeah.
It's the Gears of War colour scheme. but there's a thing called lighting, which I think a lot of Hollywood productions have forgotten about.
Yeah, you might be right.
You can film a scene set in the dark and have people still be able to see what's going on.
Yes. I think also at the start of this, like Van Helsing, they try an old school logo. But this actually manages to capture the ambiance and the feel
It does.
of the older stuff.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's grim in a slow and boring way, and everyone's really low key.
Okay.
I think it's some of the dullest performances that there could be. I think there should.
It is a good cast, certainly.
It's an incredible cast.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Benicio del Toro's weird American accent isn't really working. He's got that bowl cut like he's Ezra Miller in fucking Harry Potter prequel.
Don't think about Ezra Miller. Think George Clooney in, I don't know, Out of Sight. Does he have that haircut in Out of Sight?
Oh, brother, where art thou? He looks like one of the fucking Three Stooges. I don't think...
Everybody looked like the Three Stooges back in the day.
I think, he was a fancy little lad and his mum got murdered under mysterious circumstances. It was a werewolf.
What is this, the start of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? He was a fancy little lad and his mum got murdered.
He got bit by a werewolf. It was Anthony Hopkins. Spoiler.
Yeah. So Anthony Hopkins said, I'm moving you to London.
And you got to be a great actor or whatever. Now, we watched the extended version, and in that, it's quite funny because you see him doing Hamlet, but he's bad. Yeah. And I think that's quite funny.
Yeah.
Is that intentional? Because he's obviously a terrific actor. Benicio del Toro could do Hamlet.
Yeah.
So what is this?
I think it's just, maybe that he's just kind of, his dad's rich and he can try this out because he's got a trust fund to fall back on, I guess.
Yeah.
I have a note here, James, that just says, in a way, we're a couple of fellows of infinite jest.
What are we doing?
Because he says that.
But what are we supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that? Am I supposed to agree?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to go, great reference to this movie?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think there's enough here to bounce off, if I'm honest.
Just agree with it. Just say we are a couple of fellows of infinite jest.
We are a couple of fellows of infinite jest.
Thank you. That's all I want here. What I liked about this movie, you say it's slow, and it is a kind of slow.
No, not slow and like, oh God, I wish it would hurry up and get to the werewolf stuff. Because even the werewolf stuff is not that interesting.
But I was going to say, they're not shy about showing the werewolf.
Oh, straight up.
Straight up. There's a guy there, he's alive, then bam, he's dead. Who did it? The werewolf. Maybe it was a goat stalking the moors. No, it was a werewolf. You see the werewolf. There he is. It's not a wolf, is it? It's a wolf man.
Yeah, Wolfman.
Straight up, there he is.
I guess that's also interesting because everybody's talking about what did this.
Yeah.
But as the audience, I mean,
We know.
You know.
Yeah.
But I guess going into this, you would know it's going to be the Wolfman.
It's called the wolf
I don't
man.
know. The mystery element, it's not really a mystery except
Well,
except
no,
for the
it's going to
fact-
be his dad, isn't
Of course it is, because there's no one else in this movie, is there, really? I mean, I guess it could have been Hugo Weaving.
Who's based on a real guy?
Yes.
He's based on the Jack the Ripper
guy
investigator, right?
Well, Jack the Ripper was going to be in this at one point, apparently. We can talk about it. So anyway, his brother gets murdered by a wolfman.
Benicio del Toro's brother.
Yeah, so he goes
But
home.
only in the movie, not in real
No,
life.
no, I think his brother's okay in real life if he has one. Or he might not be. I don't know anything about him. So he goes back and because Emily Blunt's like, your brother, who I love, got murdered by something. Come back, help out.
And he's like, okay, I'll do that with acting, will I? I just use my incredible acting skills to solve a missing person's case. Lady, are you stupid?
I'm stupid, so I'm coming with you.
Yeah, I've agreed. This is a good idea. And then in our version, because I don't think this is in the theatrical version, he meets Max von Sydow on the train, who's like, you want this cool sword cane? And he's like, I mean, that's the greatest offer anyone's ever been given, but no for some reason. And then Max von Sydow is like, I'll just leave. Yeah, I'll just leave and leave it for you, and you can take it.
Do you think he forgot it?
I think
Well, he said no.
Yeah.
Probably got off the train and went, wait, stop.
Oh, no.
So he goes to Emily Blunt, I'm going to stay and figure out what happened to my brother. Anyway, later that evening, he gets bit by a werewolf.
Yep.
So he figures it out pretty quick.
Yeah.
There is a moment, where a werewolf tears through an encampment.
Great.
I think that's pretty solid.
That's Rick Baker prosthetics and
Yeah,
makeup,
so
right?
the transformations in this and the designs, they are Rick Baker. Or any of the physical stuff, the transformation, which there is very little of. And the reason
But
was...
again, that's I feel like a throwback to I mean, it's a budget thing also, but it's probably also a throwback to like, you're not going to see everything.
Well, there was supposed to be more practical transformations, but there wasn't time. It was supposed to be like what Rick Baker did in the 80s Good Werewolf movie.
Yeah.
But again, with Joe Johnston coming on so late, they couldn't really get to that. I think the final werewolf design is pretty good. I think there's elements of like gorilla in it and other stuff which works for the most part. Took 3 hours. That's
not
pretty
bad.
good.
That's
That's pretty
not bad.
good. Hour to get off. That's fun. There's a love sequence. A sequence of moments where two people are falling in love, I should say.
Sure. Not love making itself. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's like, I guess we're in love
These guys are in love because they're skipping stones.
I guess we're in love now.
Yeah.
But that's how it happened back in the day.
No, I didn't.
You're like, this person's whimsical because they like to skip a stone. I guess we'll get married before we both die of pleurisy.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Or leprosy.
We'll figure it out. So yeah, Anthony Hopkins is in this as mentioned. He's re-entering the Dark Universe because he's Van Helsing in Horny Dracula.
Oh, that's true.
So that's good. He has a great sequence. He's low-key, but I think he's the best kind of low-key. There's a moment where the police come to get his son, and Anthony Hopkins comes out with a gun and he's like, you better fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot you. And there's a guy on the roof.
Yeah.
He's going to shoot you. You got to get out of here.
That's right.
I thought that was... He's great. It's a really well-handled moment. It convinced me enough, I remember when first seeing this, to be like, oh, maybe he's not the werewolf guy. No, but he is. He was just setting his son up for later.
He was doing acting.
He was doing acting.
In a way, he's a lot better than his son at acting.
In a way, he is a lot better. And we find out how he got the werewolf disease. It's because he went to India and he got bit by Indian golem in a cave.
Correct, yes.
And then he took it back. Took it back to the moors and spent decades being locked up by his servant.
And then he's like, nah, I'm just going to go nuts
Yeah,
with
it's
it.
way easier.
Yeah.
It's way more fun to just be out and about and werewolfing it up and whatever, yeah. Yeah, and he's obviously the one who really killed his mother and whatever, you know? It's,
Okay, yeah. Man, you are down on good movies this week.
it's not a
Shane.
good movie.
I think
It's
it is.
not a good movie.
That's a
I would say
shame.
it's a very average movie.
Oh, that's a shame. Sorry you hate having fun.
It's not fun. It's not fun.
I just meant generally.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So, of course, in framing his son, who gets locked up in an asylum again, 'cause it's the second time this has happened to him, I do like the sequence where he kills a bunch of nerds in a room. I love nerds getting their comeuppance.
Absolutely.
People who think they know better, these scientists,
That's
Mason.
right. Experts
It's also a bit
dedicated their lives to this thing.
happens to be a werewolf. How would they know?
Yeah.
I think also this scene is a really good example of why venues should have push doors instead of pull doors.
Oh,
I
for
mean,
sure.
that's yeah. I'm loving all
For
of
when
that.
you need to flee.
Yeah, that's right.
They should have really big doggy doors for fleeing.
Yeah, and for dogs.
And werewolves, I guess, yeah.
So, and then he gets to have a bit of a run around London. But looking at that...
Do. Having a run around in London.
Yeah.
Warren Zevon.
Sure. But you remember in the 80s,
Yeah, vaguely.
when American Werewolf running around London.
Yeah.
Now, that's running around in London.
I agree.
That's a crazy scene. This is nowhere near that.
That's true.
Yeah, and it's not even the practicality of it. Like, the hectic nature of that, like, the bloodshed and the terror. It's not here. He's just kind of bounding about.
Yeah, I know, but like bloodshed was better in the 80s, you know.
Yeah, sure. I mean, okay, I will say this.
Yes.
I liked how he wanted to go home to behead Anthony Hopkins.
Uh-huh.
And he does it, and that's good. But it's just like the end of a Marvel movie, a thing that you love, where it's like...
Two CGI guys.
Yeah, well, I think they're mostly practical, but there are CGI guys. But
Two guys with the same power set.
two guys with the same power set fighting each other. I thought that would be really interesting. But it's all right.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I mean, it is cool when he goes on fire. That's
yeah.
fun. I enjoyed that. But other than that, it's... I don't know, man. And Emily...
Do you think maybe this is where they should have revealed that Anthony Hopkins, in addition to being a werewolf, also has Creature from the Black Lagoon DNA?
Yeah, sure. So he's an aquatic werewolf man. Yeah, that
You
would have
can't
been...
beat me because I've got an additional weird thing going on. I'm also the mummy.
Yeah, cool, man. I think that would be cool, man. It would be like the end of Secret Invasion where they've all got different arms of different guys
Oh
or
my
whatever.
God, yes please.
Now, that's a Marvel movie.
Benicio del Toro's like, well, I found Frankenstein's neck plugs. So I've got Frankenstein powers now too.
And it also, at the same time, in the lead up to the finale, Emily Blunt, she's going to do some research to help to figure out what's going on. And so she reads a book and she visits a woman. But
Like an expert.
yeah, it doesn't amount to anything. At the end, she does a bit of, hey, remember who you are. And he does.
Classic.
He does for a minute. And then he gets shot.
Remember who you are, a bad actor. Remember that I brought you into this bad situation. In a way, this is my fault.
In a way.
Don't murder me, though.
Nah, don't do it. But I do think it's interesting that Hugo Weaving, whose whole thing in this was catching a werewolf.
His whole Hugo Weave thing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a fresh one of those.
Please.
His whole Hugo Weave thing.
Yeah, that's right. Is to catch a Wolfman guy, and then at the end he gets turned into a Wolfman. It's like the promise of something more interesting, which I do want to talk about.
It's like you got a day off and you're like, I'm gonna have a nice brunch, and then you get turned into brunch.
That's true.
Yeah.
But what
I'm
is
sick,
brunch?
folks.
What is brunch?
That's an Ezra Miller thing.
That's Ezra Miller.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You didn't think I could bring it back to Ezra Miller?
No.
No, sorry. You didn't want me to bring it back
Correct.
to Ezra
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Oh, I want to talk about the future of this franchise, Mason.
Okay.
As in this particular movie.
Did they want this to be a franchise?
Yes.
I guess that's naive thinking on my behalf. I guess every modern movie being made, they want to turn it into a franchise if possible.
Well, this is post Iron Man. This is post The Dark Knight, you know? There's things happening. Things were moving and shaking.
So true.
But before we get into that, we should do the trivia, man. This is the trivia section of the show.
I love it.
Do you know Danny Elfman scored this? And he based it on Bram Stoker's Horny Dracula score.
Oh.
Which you can hear a bit of. And then the studio was like, nah, we don't want this. Let's get Paul Haslinger to come in and replace him. But then Universal was like, nah, who cares? Just put back the Elfman score. I think this was a mad scramble. It feels like that. It feels, it's cut weirdly. A lot of the special effects don't kind of fit the era that they're supposed to be. The special effects don't match the era, if that makes sense, the tone.
They match him more than Van Helsing did. Maybe I'm seeing this through the lens of, I like this more than I like Van Helsing.
Yeah.
I think that's probably it.
Maybe that is
What
true.
about that bit where the claws go through the guy's
The mouth and whatever?
Can't show that.
Nah, you can't show it. You can think about it, though.
Yeah. People are getting their bits chopped off.
Yeah, and it's fine. The bear that we see, remember that bear?
Oh, yeah.
It was
Traveling bear.
Yeah, it was actually a recycled animation from the Golden Compass. They just recolored it.
Oh, because it's a polar bear in there.
Yeah.
Golden
But a bear's a bear. A koala bear is a bear. All bears are bears.
They should have added a recolored Daniel Craig if they had the asset. What color? That's up to you. I'm not a filmmaker. Whatever color you want, he's in the background, just hanging out.
You mentioned this, but Inspector Francis Aberline, or Aberline, played by Hugo Weaving, he's based on Frederick Aberline, who was the Scottish Yard inspector who investigated Jack the Ripper. But also, of course, he didn't figure that out in real life.
No.
Even though there was a lot of trails of blood and evidence at the time, and people said, I saw this guy, and they went, oh yeah, which way did he go?
I don't know, into one of those dirty, dark alleys that London's famous for. One of those millions of alleys.
I read this, I don't know whether it's true, but apparently Gene Simmons and David Lee Roth were some of the people called in to do the Wolfman's howls.
Huh.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that.
Should have got Warren Zevon on.
Yeah.
Wells of London.
Sure.
Ooh. I can't do it because my voice is gone.
You don't have to do it.
Let.
We'll get David Lee Roth to do it.
Okay, let's get him. Is he on Cameo?
Yeah, man.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive and he's on Cameo.
That's great.
I'd pay G. Simmons, but I don't like him. I think he's a prick. Apparently also, I don't know whether this is true, there was going to be a sequence where the Wolfman just casually kills Jack the Ripper on the werewolf rampage.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
Tie that in, I guess.
He could just kill a bunch of, just run down the streets of London and kill Sherlock Holmes and...
Yeah. The Queen.
Exactly. Michael Crawford from Some Mothers Do Have 'Em.
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. Sure. Whoever's available. Is it Michael Crawford?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know it.
He was the fan of the opera.
He was Condor Man.
Yeah, he was Condor Man.
Yeah. And also apparently 2 endings were filmed, but not used. One, where Benicio del Toro bites Emily Blunt before she shoots him, and she looks up and stares at the moon as he dies. Interesting.
She goes, come on, man.
Come on, I don't want this.
Yeah.
And in the other ending, she doesn't manage to shoot Lawrence before she dies from his attack, and he stands up and stares directly at the camera and growls.
Wow.
Both of these are good.
Incredible stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, on a budget of $150 million, too much. This made...
Yeah, that is too much. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
see?
Yeah. Hey, that's none of my business, man. I don't care. What would have we paid for this in 2010?
It should look better.
$10.50? $12?
Maybe.
I don't care.
Maybe.
Yeah.
With our student discounts.
Oh my God. I don't care if it costs $150 million. It's not my money.
I agree. They cared though because it made 142.6.
Also,
at the box
big
office.
loss.
Huge
Big
loss.
loss.
Yeah. So in terms of a franchise, Ruby's Costumes made Halloween costumes for both child and adult. Mesco Toys made action figures and replica medallions. There was a novelization. People were high on this.
The medallion is not the key to this.
I agree.
It's the sword. It's the sword cane.
Yeah.
I buy the sword cane. They auctioned that off. I had a look.
Yep.
So I made like $5,000 or something. Propauctions.com or something.
Yeah, they got to make their money back somehow, I
Yeah.
guess.
And it did.
Yeah.
They made back $142 million on selling that cane.
There was a sequel initially planned, very loosely, which would focus on Hugo Weaving's character, who was now a werewolf, and would use his abilities to capture Jack the Ripper. I don't know whether this was true. I couldn't find anything concrete about it.
Okay.
But also, can he control his werewolf powers enough? Is he using sniffology to find Jack the Ripper?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Maybe he's got werewolf sniffology vision.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, I would watch Werewolf Detective, whatever, and people will say Wolf Among Us. That's what they'll say. No, I want Hugo Weaving doing it.
Yeah.
You know, that video game which was based on the comic and whatever.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because the original had a bunch of sequels.
Yeah, it did.
The Wolfman Met Frankenstein.
Yeah, it made all sorts of blokes.
And then probably the Abbott and Costello.
Yeah, they made a bunch of 2 other blokes.
Yeah.
All those blokes.
Those blokes. And then Abbott and Costello and Frankenstein and the Wolfman met Michael Crawford from Some Mothers Do Have 'Em.
What?
Yeah, it's true.
And was he dressed as Condor Man?
Yep. Yeah.
Wow, titans of cinema.
A cat had done a whoopsie in his beret. They had to figure out who the culprit was, but it was a cat. It was
Which
a-
cat?
Yeah.
So there was a movie that went direct to DVD called Werewolf, The Beast Among Us.
Okay.
That was planned as a spin-off. It was released, but guess what? It wasn't. It was just unrelated and a thing that came out.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because I guess the werewolf IP is free.
Yeah, it is. I guess you're devastated, though, that this didn't get a sequel. It did get... we did get a Wolfman follow-up.
Did we?
More recently,
Oh,
remember?
Wolfman.
Modern Wolfman.
Yeah, okay.
No.
It's about generational trauma.
Sure.
In a way, I guess this is about generational trauma, but they weren't harping on about it. It's more about sometimes because the modern one is like generational trauma from your parents that comes back to you, and then, but this one's basically what if your dad was bitten by an Indian golem, he turned into a werewolf, and then later he bit you. Like it's not really.
I feel like they have the same themes. I think you're being too easy on this and being like, wow, the generational trauma in this is more subtle. No, it's fucking not. It's not at all. I'm saying they're two not great movies.
I'm just saying if my dad got bit by an Indian golem and then he bit, I'd forgive him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You wouldn't behead him?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No.
Do you think your dad would be interested in bigsandwich.co?
Maybe.
Because next week...
He's interested in the stuff that I do.
Sure, there you
Yeah.
go.
Sometimes he asks me about it, and I'm like, Dad, I don't even know. He's like, I saw this on Instagram. I'm like, Dad, I don't know. I think it's a joke, but I think it's a fake thing that somebody who listens to our podcast, they made a joke or Photoshop or something. No, I didn't actually do whatever that is. So I think he probably would be.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Well, that's great because him and like everyone else can check out next week's video early. Here's a hint. Dracula Untold, Mason.
You said Dracula.
Yeah, I'll put that in.
originally.
Okay,
that's great.
Yeah.
Dracula Untold.
That's not the only thing there. We also do video game Let's Plays. We do bonus podcasts. We do movie commentaries. We also have a podcast called The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. That comes out every Monday on its own YouTube channel, Spotify, Apple, wherever, whatever, whenever, Shakira, etc.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much to Ben and Lawrence for the edits.
Thank you, Ben and Lawrence.
I can't wait to watch Dracula Untold, which I think is a better movie than this. Let me help. Let's hold that thought.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Mr. Bloody Confident
Sunday
here.
movies.
Yeah.
That's what you should call me.
I'm not going to call you that.
That's what you have to call me.
Okay. Very confident now you are going to eat those words. You better not take these out.
I'm leaving them
You're
in.
going to eat those words next week, I think.
I've never been wrong, and I don't plan on starting now. Goodbye, everyone.
Grab that jabby, guys. We'll see you next week.